everyone, it's Kate Weather here. Today I'm going to be talking about the severe weather outbreak, which is going to be happening today. So, as we go ahead and take a look here, as our current alerts right now, we have some severe thunderstorm watches, which are in effect until 6 p.m. tonight. And we already have some severe thunderstorm warnings right now in effect. But yes, severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 6 p.m. for parts of Michigan, Indiana, and parts of Ohio. And now I see it includes a little bit of Kentucky right here. 3 counties in extreme northern Kentucky. Only 3 counties there. So that is our current alerts. We also have some heat alerts, heat advisories up here in parts of New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, the entire state of Delaware. You guys are under heat advisories in parts of Maryland and parts of New York. Now, back to severe weather. I'm going to go ahead and show you our forecasts because we have a moderate risk, which is a very big risk of severe weather today for parts of Michigan. Why do I always get those states confused? Michigan. Parts of Michigan and Ohio and Indiana, just a tip of Indiana. You guys are in the moderate risk today, so be alert. Surprisingly, we don't have that big of a tornado threat compared to yesterday, but we have more of a storm threat. But do not be surprised to see any tornado warnings because we still have a 5% chance of a tornado threat. So we could see some tornadoes and tornado warnings. So be on alert. Doesn't mean we're not going to see them. Definitely does not mean that. But that's our moderate risk today. As you go and take a look at our enhanced risk, so parts of Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, parts of those, almost most of Ohio, you guys are in the enhanced risk. So large hail, damaging winds, but not as big as the moderate risk, but still could see very large hail, damaging winds. But let me tell you, we're mainly focusing on our wind threat. If it's over hail and wind, it's going to be mostly wind because we have a big wind threat, and I'll show you that map coming up in just a little bit. So we have a slight risk, and later in the video, I'm also going to show you the exact future track radar timing for severe weather. So stay tuned. So this is our slight risk restricted parts of Michigan all the way to parts of New York. So almost the entire state of Pennsylvania, almost the entire state of West Virginia. Parts of Kentucky, Indiana, and Michigan. You guys are all under that slight risk. Definitely not as bad as a moderate risk, but you guys can still see some lightning, pretty frequent cloud-to-ground lightning in that area. Very, very frequent cloud-to-ground lightning in this moderate risk. Forgot to mention that. So, and anything that you have that could blow away, you might want to bring that inside. I'll give you more details about the wind coming up, but here's our marginal risk. I'm not going to focus on this at all unless there's like tornadic activity because it's nothing compared to this moderate risk up here. But you guys can still see showers, some lightning strikes. So when thunder roars, get indoors. Just remember that. Don't be outside when there's thunder because you guys are all under general thunderstorms, all in these green shaded areas. So don't be outside during lightning. That dips all the way down to parts of Alabama and Georgia, stretching all the way back up to southern Wisconsin, Michigan, all the way back to New York. So that is our threat for today, very much focusing on this. Let's go ahead and take a look at our tornado threat, which, if you don't know, in my last video I showed you, which was yesterday, we had a big tornado threat here. We did have a tornado outbreak, bunch of tornado warnings, but we will not see exactly the same thing. Looks like we have a little bit less of a tornado threat and more of a severe weather threat, but do not let that fool you because we still have a big tornado threat here. So be on alert. How would we get those alerts? Because we still have a tornado threat. Parts of Michigan, all the way parts of Ohio, almost the entire state of Ohio, parts of Indiana and Kentucky, you guys are under 5% risk. That 2% risk stretches more into Kentucky and stretches all the way back to New York, almost the entire state of Pennsylvania too. So yes, that is our tornado threat. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on our hail threat because we have more of a wind threat. But our gusty wind threat is going to be in this yellow shaded area here. And yes, that's our major winds. Parts of Michigan all the way to New York, dipping down to Kentucky. Now I want to go and show you the wind threat, which is very, very much. Again, if it's hail or wind, which is going to be worse, definitely wind, definitely. So we have this purple shaded area. So what is that? 45% large hail threat in this purple shaded area for parts of Michigan, a little bit of Indiana, and Ohio. That's our main area here. So that's our biggest wind. Our little bit smaller is very close to that extreme risk, not that far out of it, but still extends a little bit more into Ohio and Indiana. So, but still really close to that 45% risk. As you go and take a look at our 15% chance of hail, it extends in parts of Kentucky all the way back up to New York. So that is our 15% chance of hail. Winds, sorry. Yes. And so, again, I'm not saying you guys in Alabama and Georgia, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, I'm not saying you guys won't get anything by saying I'm not going to focus on you that much. If there's any tornadic activity, I'm including you, but you guys don't have that big of a tornado threat. But you guys still have some really gusty winds possible that dips down to you guys. So neither that means it doesn't mean either that you guys aren't gonna get anything. You guys can still get some storms with gusty winds. But yes. I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping it up. Tomorrow's forecast, yeah, there's barely anything. So let's stick to today's. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you to time it out hour by hour on the future radar here. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Midwest. I'm already on it. That's good. Reflectivity. I'm going to go ahead and go to forecast loop. And as we wait for this to load, and it's already done. No, it's not. Yeah. So as you go time it out, this is about 1 o'clock. So this is about an hour from now. And we go ahead and go to 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock is when things really start to fire up here. Look at these little bubbles of storms here, which are very strong, and then we have another storm over here. So this is when things start to get worse. About 5 o'clock, you drive home from work, you might see some showers on the road, some showers and thunderstorms. But as we go into, wow, look at that. This is about 6 o'clock here. We see some really strong storms right here in parts of Michigan, where that moderate risk is. Some storms also here in Indiana and Ohio, and some storms here near southern Wisconsin. Southern Wisconsin, where that slight risk extends. So again, the slight risk doesn't. This is like the difference. So here is our moderate risk, and here's our slight risk. Again, stronger storms. It just means not the strongest storms. But let's waste no more time here and get to more future. As you can see, these storms turn into a line, but go into parts of Canada here. And this storm looks very strong here, that circled storm. And we have bubbles of storms in parts of Ohio. So Ohio, you guys are going to get storms too. This is around 8 o'clock. And again, this is about 10 o'clock here. This is about 11 o'clock here. 11 o'clock here, we see some storms. Still, lots of heavy storms here in the Midwest. And we go, and again, this is about 4 a.m. here, that they really start to calm down and dissipate here. But you can still see some strong storms here. And then they're just totally out of here. Look how clear that is. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys in the next video. Again, be weather aware. because we have a moderate risk of frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, very strong winds possible, all on this moderate risk right here. Parts of Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. So I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, stay weather aware. Leave a like, subscribe, share this with your friends. Whoever lives in this area over here, share it with them. Make sure they're weather aware too. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!